Digital design refers to any design that is crafted for the digital space, including mobile devices, tablets, desktop computers, projector screens, large digital billboards, and more. Graphic designers have mostly focused on print design projects like business cards, stationeries, banners, t-shirts, hats, package design in the past, but as time moves on, there will only be more and more demand for digital-based projects. It's up to you as a designer to be well-versed in all aspects of digital design, so you can feel comfortable designing for super small screens and super large projection screens too. All digital design projects are sized using pixels. Pixels are squares of light that can either be white, red, green, blue, or black. All digital displays are created using a certain area of pixels. Your 1080p widescreen TV pictures are created using a combination of 1920 pixels in width by 1080 pixels in height, giving that screen a total of 2,073,600 pixels. That's a lot of pixels that either need to be switched on to create that high, crisp resolution image. 4K screens use an even more unbelievable amount of pixels to light up the screen, with 2160 pixels in height and 3840 pixels in width. I think the most challenging aspect of working with digital design projects as a designer is the wide array of screens we need to be ready to work with. Sometimes they can be smaller, as in an iPhone 8 screen, coming in at only 750 pixels wide by 1,334 pixels in height. Even smaller still is a mobile display ad, coming in at only 300 by 50 pixels. I think the key to being a great digital designer is to understand how to best use small sizes to your advantage. For example, a simple social media campaign. Let's say we have various sizes we need to work with, but we have to somehow communicate some basic information required by the client. As our sizes become smaller and smaller, certain concessions need to be made, and it's up to you to figure this out and communicate with the client those concessions. For example, in our social media campaign, we started off with large Facebook posts, and then we need to create static display ads. Display ads are those little ads you see on websites at the top and sides of a content block or blog. Some of those display ads can be very small. Smaller still are these mobile display ads. We have to somehow condense our main concept and theme into smaller areas, but still retain our consistent branding, our message, and our main concept of the campaign. And we do this by focusing on what is most important. In this case, the call to action is the most vital part of an ad, and without a reason to click through to the landing page or website, there's no value being created by the ad. It's just static. And this is just social media. There's so many categories in digital design that depend on a graphic designer to develop the graphics for. There's also designing for mobile. This could be mobile apps or even mobile versions of websites. What colors to use, how to use contrast, what fonts do I use? All these decisions play big roles in the effectiveness of a mobile app or website. There's also larger format digital graphics, like the ones you see at your local stadium. They're PowerPoint slides for large conferences that need to be made that match the branding of the conference. There's even large format digital billboards, which are becoming more and more favored over the old-style printed billboards because of the reduced cost of running a digital billboard. Icons, like the one you see for app icons on your phone, also need to be created. There's a special method for creating those using a special grid created by Apple to help find the most effective placement of elements. Certain icons can be seen better than others in a sea of different app icons. Sometimes the use of color like red can help one really stand out in that sea, or a simple shape or a letter. Also, there are icons that need to be created for apps, websites, and applications. There's an art to creating icons that communicate complex actions, using the most simplified shapes as possible. Icons may only be 50 by 50 pixels in size at any time, so being able to simplify a complex concept is something learned and practiced. Icons that will be used as a set together need to have a consistent look and feel. For example, these have a similar stroke size throughout the set. And it doesn't stop there. There's also video-based thumbnails that need to be created for YouTube and other platforms. These need to convert and be effective at drawing the user to click through to the video. How you use photos, colors, and typography will all contribute to the effectiveness of the video and click-through rates. For example, YouTube thumbnails that are simple in nature and have one main focal point tend to do better than those with tons of text and photos. Also, those thumbnails with people's faces tend to convert better with thumbnails with just text. This is because we as humans tend to connect to human faces, and human psychology can play a big role in digital design. There's also ebook covers, and they tend to drive sales based on the effectiveness of the cover design. Sometimes the cover of a book is the only thing a viewer sees when sorting through hundreds of possible book selections, and being able to create a digital book cover that will convert and entice and sell the book can make the difference between good sales and great sales. As you can see, designers have huge roles to play in the digital world, and it's our job to make sure we are prepared to create highly effective images quickly that could drive sales for ourselves, our clients, and the businesses we work for.